Welcome back. We're doing a little outside podcast for a change. You got Lucas back. You excited?
I'm excited. It's been a minute since I've been on the podcast. I've been away for a little while, but I'm back. And I'll hopefully be on more episodes throughout the year. So yeah, let's get to it. I'm ready.
I wanted to touch on, because your school year is ending, and I know you're in college right now, and I didn't really enjoy college. I tried it for a little bit. We always talk about this on the podcast, and the big reason I didn't like it is because I don't like the partying scene.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing all this stuff on social media with influencers like Clavicular, Dylan Latham, and the frame mogging guy. I don't know if you've seen that guy. They're all partying, and I just don't know when it stops. I mean, I feel like they're doing it for content, they're doing it for girls, but I don't know the balance between too much partying and, I guess, having fun. I just want to talk about that, like the partying scene nowadays, and if it's good or bad for us.
So when I went to high school, I wasn't a party guy. I was just a very innocent guy. I would just go to class, play basketball, get my work done, and then call it a day. I would hang out with my friends here and there. But then when college came around, I felt left out. And the only way for me to feel like a part of something was to go to parties, because everybody was doing that. That became the norm. Just going to parties left and right, getting drunk, drinking, smoking weed, like just what you don't see as the norm was starting to become the norm, which is, I don't believe, is a good thing to happen. I think it doesn't make you a better man doing that stuff.
Then what about the part of social media that makes drinking and, I guess, smoking cigarettes, eating red meat, like that portrays being a man? What about the people who party and they think that that's being a man?
I think it's childish. I think those people haven't found something to believe in, something to take them out of that little stage that we happen to fall in sometimes in life. I mean, I still do it here and there. I go to parties. I'm not, 100% the man I want to be at this moment. We all go through stuff. We all fall down. We get back up. But I think social media just portrays like partying, drinking, cigarettes as normal.
Yes.
Even though it's nothing, it shouldn't be normal. I mean, people are getting married at later stages in their life. They're having kids later in their lives. Like back then, it would just be like 21, you find a wife, boom, you have kids, raise a family. But people don't want to do that anymore. They want to become independent, and they want to travel the world. They want to do their own thing, which is totally fine.
It could be a good thing.
It's a good thing. But is that like what you want? Like, what do you, at the end of the day, it's like, what do you think your purpose on this life, on this world is? Is it to procreate, have a family, have kids, raise and become like you, but better? Or is it just to party, have fun, and do all that stuff that brings you like, there's just all these temptations around the world.
So I feel like the big thing you're getting at is, you said like, what's everybody's purpose? Why do they even do it? And I think they do it because they want to prolong their life of being a kid. Having kids and becoming an adult, being a husband, that's like really tough. You have to really wake up to reality. Like, you need to get a job, you need to support a family, you need to buy a house. You don't really have time to do the traveling, the partying. So I feel like all these people, they're so afraid to take that big step, that big leap into adulthood, that they just want to be a kid forever and party, travel, take a gap year, extend their college years to graduate school. That's why I think a lot of people do this stuff. Not everybody. Like, a lot of people, they genuinely have been having like, let's say like a map in their room on where they want to travel in the world, or if they want to be a dentist or a doctor. But that's what I think.
Yeah,
I just want to do that.
I also think it's fine if you want to go travel the world and be with your, like, or just be alone and travel the world. Like, I think everyone needs to go through a period of their life where they're going through a struggle. Shout out to Michael. He said this once. It's like the lonely stage or something like that, where you have to like you've been through a lonely stage.
Yeah, I said that.
Or you said it. I don't know. Someone said it.
Shout out Michael.
Shout out Michael. You just have to be alone for a couple of times to like.
Oh no, he I guess he did say that with his run challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It made him a better person. But no, social media just has a big effect on what the norm is for everybody. Like you said, Clavicular, Dylan Latham, they're going out, they're partying, they're getting with so many girls. It's just the norm. That's what everybody wants to do. That's how you want to fit into society. Because if you don't fit into society, you're just weird. You're different. No one's going to like you if you don't fit in.
In life, you said purpose. And I think everybody should be chasing something. And if you have nothing to chase, I think that's when you fall into the toxic partying life and you just want to chase girls.
But yeah, but
That's
the
what
thing
I
is,
think.
them chasing that is chasing emptiness. You're not fulfilling anything from
No, it's
chasing.
all short-term happiness.
Exactly. Like,
But it's nice short-term happiness.
it is nice, but at the end of the day, it's down the road. It's gonna hurt you. You
Mhm.
know, you're gonna probably you won't, or I don't know if you'll regret it or not. It always depends on the person. But like, you know, you spend your 20s partying, going crazy, and then you know, down the line, you have to worry now about trying to find the perfect wife, trying to like live alone with like
Mhm.
somebody or stuff like that.
Well, what do you think the age is that you kind of have to? Do you think there's an age where you need to settle down and try to find a wife? And do you think you should ever even try to find a wife?
When it comes to dating, you should date to find a wife.
Mhm.
You shouldn't date just to like, you know, get around with so many girls. There's so many temptations. Of course, the girl you're gonna be with now, there's always gonna be like a girl that's hotter out there. Like, let's be for real. Let's be honest. Like, you go through social media, like, damn, that girl's really hot. Even though you already have a girlfriend now. But the thing is, it's fake.
Mhm.
It's fake. You can't like go after that. But I think there's no time. I would say 25, you know, try to settle down. Everybody's different.
I was on the phone with my dad the other day. You listened to some of the conversation, but before you listened, I asked him a question because looks maxing and all that stuff, like your looks are basically in our age group. I feel like everybody's portraying that as the most important thing in the world. So I asked him this question. I said, what's the balance between caring about your looks because that's all we see on social media, that's all that is in our minds, the competition, all that girls like, to get a job, you need to be good looking now, or everybody gets old and everybody gets gross anyway, so why care about your looks? What's the big balance?
I think looks are very important in today's society. As of now, I mean, I think throughout the time, looks has always been important. I mean, if you're better looking, you're gonna get better opportunities, better job offers. You're gonna get like just have a better life overall. But I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, we all get old and ugly, but you don't realize that when you're young. You know, that's not your main priority. Your main priority is being good looking. And I think what's it called? What's doing too much about your looks is if you start getting surgeries, like someone's getting facial structure surgeries or bone smashing. You've heard of bone smashing
Yeah.
before? I just think that's so stupid. It's the thing is like,
it is, yeah.
you can look so good, right? But then when you actually sit and talk with the girl and you have no personality or you can't speak to them whatsoever, what's the point? You can't hold a conversation with them. Like there's no point. Like that's not the point of living. Like people are idolizing girls as just objects and they just want to get with them. The main part is just seeing a girl and trying to get to know her. It's the way your mind is. Like, I think it's better to try to get to know who a girl actually is than idolize her as an object that you just want to get with and move on to the next one.
And I agree with you. And I just want to pause really quick. So, guys, just want to let you know we're going to have a big episode coming out with me, Lucas, Daniel Katz, and Ben Chase Motivation. We're going to be talking about clavicular, looks maxing, bone smashing, all the big topics that are going on right now. And
Retta, peptides.
Yeah, Retta, peptides, all of it. We're going to do some research before we get on, and it's going to be a great episode with everybody has very different opinions. And yeah, I can't wait till you guys see it. So we'll get back into the episode though.
And then also I wanted to touch on like being a degenerate. Like, I think everybody just want to do that once in their life, just be a degenerate. But that's straying you away from being like a real person, in my opinion. Like we all see, like, you know, Togi, right?
Yes.
How he's kind of a degenerate. Like he's known for being a degenerate, and then he came to God. I don't know if you saw that. You didn't see that. So basically, like, got baptized.
Not on the brain rot side of.
He got baptized by you know, Bryce Crawford.
Yeah.
He got baptized by Bryce.
I met his girlfriend.
Did you actually?
She was on the beach. I asked her for Instagram.
Oh, that's funny. What's it called? Yeah, he baptized Togi, and then I saw a video of Togi, or like a clip on social media, saying like Togi went to hang out with like all him and his church friends and all that stuff, and they went to dinner, And then they went back to their home watching laughing videos, and he started crashing. I was like, yo, where's the drink and all that stuff? Which is pretty funny because like to change from being a degenerate to being like a more better like a Christian is a big change. I don't know, I just thought that was pretty interesting.
No, that definitely is. And I feel like in college, you don't really have that. It's hard to find that group of people that does open your eyes. Like, for example, Ben Chase, when he first came to me, he didn't know what was right and what was wrong. Before he stepped on that hamster, before he had that story that changed his life, he was a drinker, he was a partier, he did all that stuff, and he wasn't surrounded around people that were good for him. And this is kind of like the Togi story. He came and he met DSP, the big fraternity group, and he thanks me a lot for it because like I introduced him to Cam, all you guys, and he said that being around this group and being around all people that are better influences on him, they actually helped him grow as a person. So it's kind of like that Togi story.
Yeah, and I like to say, I want to shout out to Luke's dad for hosting Bible studies every Sunday. I feel like going to those, attending to those, makes me really rethink on the choices I want to do in my life. Because it's like a grounding. It like takes you away from like everything in society. Because you're always on social media, scrolling, seeing this and that, and then hearing things other people say. But just going to that Bible study and being in that room when he's talking and just giving us a lesson from the Bible, it really just like makes wow. I was thinking like that before, and now I can like think normally like a human being, not like a degen or something like that.
No, you're right. And it does ground you, I'd say. Yeah. But I want to go back to the topic of drinking, partying, because I want to get into the restaurant industry. And I'm looking in the restaurants and I see less and less people at the bar drinking and more people at run clubs, at DJ events, at going to restaurants that they have music or other activities than drinking. So how long do you think until drinking dies and our healthy generation overtakes the drinking?
I don't think drinking will die.
No?
I don't see drinking dying. I think everybody just likes to have a nice drink here and there. I don't think it will die, but I think people will find other substances or like other replacements instead of drinking. Like you said, run club, EDM music, like going to those festivals, going to run clubs, you get a different type of like high. You're just changing out your dopamine because you get a drink, you like happiness from drinking. And then if you just change it out with something else, drinking will stay the same. But I do agree because we went to a restaurant Saturday and we didn't drink. No. We were just there. That music was insane while we were eating.
Music was great.
Yeah, like
shout out YOLO in Fort Lauderdale. Great restaurant, great food.
Yeah, I don't think drinking will die out. I think everybody else, maybe it'll die out with you. I mean, you don't like to drink, so.
I mean, I don't like to drink, and I think other people don't like to drink as well because of how important looks are. When you drink, you're putting more calories in your body. You're putting more water weight in your face. Then girls won't come up to you if that's important to you, and you won't get as much opportunity if you go drink almost every day or every weekend. I just think it's very toxic habit, and people are caring a lot more about their health now.
Yeah, which is a good thing. And this day and age, you don't go to college, right? Where do you think is the perfect place or a perfect way to find like other people that are like-minded like you, or to find like a significant
who don't go
other?
to college?
Yeah, who don't go to college. Like for someone who doesn't go to college.
I mean, for me, I would be hypocritical if I say go to a run club or do that because I genuinely don't. Like, I'm friends with you guys. I've been friends with you guys since I was 10.
And we're in college, so we take you with us. But for someone, like, I think run clubs would be a good thing,
I think, like, the most realistic thing to do is go to your local college and check out the gym or check out activities that are there. Like, for example, what I did, I went and played basketball outside at FAU, and I met basically our whole group. Yeah. And then I started meeting all of them because they were in Delta Sigma Pi, and then I started hanging out with the fraternity. I think that's the most realistic way, is just go on your day to day, but do it closer to another college. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I mean, then you'll meet people, or the beach. I mean, how many people are at the beach that you can meet?
There's always a lot of people at the beach because there's always that facade in people's brains, like, oh, I have to go out to meet people. I have to go to a bar. I have to go out to drink to like meet someone, and then make connections like that.
I'll tell you who you'll meet. You'll meet the people that you will regret meeting a year later. I mean, the people who will bring you down instead of bring you up. I mean, those people, if if you go to like we went to a club last week. It was this weekend, but like by the time it's posted, it'll be last week.
Yeah, okay.
When we were there, we were like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, are we serious? We got dinner and then the clubs were like right by us. We're like, we'll walk and check it out. Why not?
We walked over.
And we walked, we check it out. And it's just every time I'm at the club or going to a place like that, I'm just like, why am I here?
Yeah.
And I just feel stupid. That's
yeah,
the thing.
it is kind of pointless. Like, I do remember that. I mean, that was last week that it happened, but we went and walked over and then we're just like, damn, bro, this is so sad. Why are we here?
So like, that's what I'm trying to say. Imagine the people you'll meet there. It's like those people who are just so insecure in their own bubble or trying to fit in.
Yeah.
There's new incoming freshmen. Like,
let's be honest. You've been out, I've been out. We've never actually like met someone and then like kept them as a friend.
Fuck no.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No,
Like, it's always like, oh, what's up, dude? And then never again.
They're a friend for the night.
They're a friend for the night. That's the thing. Do you rather have friends for a night?
I mean, everybody's looking for short-term happiness. Nobody's looking for a long-term friendship.
Yeah. So how do we, like, everyone wants short-term happiness.
Mm-hmm.
How do people like avoid short-term happiness and just stick with long-term happiness? Like, how do you stay on a path where you're just determined to like find that long-term happiness and not just be distracted by these little temptations that you see when you're on your path?
My answer to that would be long-term goals versus short-term goals. When you go out, your goal is to hook up with a girl, to go home having a good time. It's not a long-term goal, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But my long-term goal right now is to own a restaurant, is get into the restaurant industry. And that goal, I'm meeting people along the way. I'm meeting different connections that I'm having on my podcast that I'm playing basketball with. I think long-term and short-term happiness have to do with long-term goals and short-term goals, because those things bring you purpose. And one of them brings you a purpose that is long-term, and one of them is just purpose for the moment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
If you don't have goals or purpose, there's no direction in your life, and you'll just stray away to like any short-term happiness that you see. But once you have like, this is what I'll do with my life, this is the way I want to go, you can like stick on that path. And yes, of course you may get distracted, but we're all human. You know, we're bound to make mistakes. We're bound to mess up. We're bound to do like stupid things, but we learn from that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think as well.
I like how you said, if you don't have a goal, you'll kind of be lost and then you'll look for short-term happiness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, we had a friend 2 years ago who was always looking for short-term happiness, who had enjoyment in going out every weekend. It was kind of because he didn't have a purpose. And now he joined a club. He's inside a like-minded group that he's got his own friends now.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's not going out as much. He's not doing stupid shit just because maybe he's genuinely happy. Who knows?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, at the end of the day, we're all just trying to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of everyone's main goals. Just be happy. Find something that makes you happy and stick with it.
So what's your biggest take from this episode?
You know, we're going to make mistakes. We're all human. Just stick to a goal, or like, you know, write down goals. Cause I know you like to do that, right?
I used to.
You used
I
to?
haven't been good at it. Well,
yeah.
No, actually, that's not true. I write down goals every year. I write down the
That's
goals
what I'm
I want
saying,
to
yeah.
accomplish for the year. Yeah.
I think, write down a goal for the year. And then that's the one way you'll stick on a path and don't like split off to other short-term happiness stuff.
Okay. It's a good goal. I would say my take from this podcast is take your time. I guess you don't need to go out and party to fit in. You don't need to do all the stuff that's on social media. I know it's tough. I know it's very competitive nowadays. Like I see fucking weightlifters. I see moggers, as they say. And it's just it sometimes makes you insecure.
But I feel like that's the 1% that's
It is
shown
the
on social
1%.
media. And that's not the 99%. Like no one, like that's the 1%. Like you only see the hottest, the most attractive people on social media.
But don't you want to be the 1%?
I think to a degree, I want to be the 1%. I mean, yeah, I would like to be the 1% actually.
I mean, I hate settling, like just for average. I hate just being like, whatever. Like it's not my genetics. That's the thing. But at the same time, I don't think you need to do any enhancements, any bone smashing to better yourself. I think that you better yourself by eating healthy, doing activities you love, maybe running, kayaking, swimming, fucking hiking, anything, just getting outside.
Being active.
And I said in the podcast that I'm gonna post. It's coming out this week. It's coming out tomorrow. But I did a solo podcast by myself, and I was explaining just how important the sun is for you.
Yeah.
And if you get in the sun, you'll literally feel refreshed. You'll feel happy. Yeah.
I also think, no, that's so true. Like just being out there, it's so crazy. Just being out there in the sun or just in nature without your phone, like you just get a different type of happiness that you don't get from just like scrolling and seeing like a funny reel or something, or watching like a show that you enjoy.
So I feel like the take at the end of this is short-term versus long-term happiness, and strive for long-term happiness and strive for a long-term goal instead of short-term happiness and short-term goals.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was great. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow Lucas Montana on Instagram, right? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just my name if you want to follow.
If you want to. Well, yeah, welcome back.
It's good to
Excited.
It's good
We're
to
going to
be
go
back,
on a
dude.
run. We're going to be in the sun. We're going to get shit going. Peace.
Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love. I got him with the peace and love.
You have to.